Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows to recap, review, and for the fun of it. And today, I'll be recapping Uthando nesthembu, season 8, episode 27. So the first thing is MaKhwela and MaCele. They are going out to a spa, and she says that Usamke does not have much time, and she's not going to stay long. But towards the end of the scene, Usamke and MaKhwela am I saying? MaKhwela and MaCele are getting into rooms that they are going to be sleeping in. I'm like, this is the same person that you said they don't have much time. And during the whole thing of the spa, she's talking to her about the family trip that Mseleku is in. And Samke tells us that she didn't know that Mseleku is on a family trip because Mseleku is not communicating with her about that. What is he talking to her about? Actually, now that I think about it, what are they talking about if they're not talking about such things that is happening? Maybe Mseleku is one of those men that says, what happens, what I do with my other wives, do not involve you. So this is just MaCele's wife, because how is that MaCele is the one updating her about things that are happening in the family while she is married to that guy? He's the one who paid lobola for her. She's the one, she wants to get a dress for her members with him. Hey, there's a lot of things that are happening in this whole thing. And then they now call him, and then she doesn't answer. And then she calls Usamke. I mean, Usne. You see how I'm mixing these names? Because they're almost the same age. She calls him Usne, and Usne says that her dad is by the dam and is not available at that specific point in time. And MaCele says that should she video call him while he's with the other people, they are going to she's going to get into trouble. I'm like, what trouble will you get into? Like, what can possibly happen? I feel like a lot of things that MaCele says, they're just out of line. Like, you're just like wondering, what exactly are you trying to say? Are the other wives going to bore you, or the other wives are going to gang up on you and stuff like that? So these are the things that she will get into trouble for going on trips with Mseleku's other wife while the other wives are on the family trip. You see, now she has found things that these other wives are going to hate her for. I'm just like, hey, you will never understand MaCele, but you can never really confirm anybody in this world, because, and as she's talking about how Samke will also get her own feet in the family, so she won't need to be participating in the trips that MaCele will be part of, because MaCele does not do family trips. And instead of saying I don't do family trips, she says that Usamke would have been used to the family and she will get used to the family, so she wouldn't stay behind with her. I'm like, okay guys, so is she hinting that there's a next season? Because that's the only time they go on these trips. So, is she hinting at that? Because if she's not, why is she talking about family trips? Because it seems like they don't do family trips. They don't get they don't get together unless if they are doing a show. And the next thing is Mseleku and his wives trying to play with the dough. It's a real dough. They can get dirty from it. And it seems like they are having fun. Like all of the wives are having fun. They are joking about what they are going to make and stuff like that. And then, so everyone has started to explain what is it. And, Makhumalo is beyond herself. She's laughing until she falls off. She's crying. She's having tears as well because Umbali had built a dildo, and now she's explaining that a dildo needs to have the condoms to be put on, because that's how they explained it at the clinic. And then she's like, everyone must watch on their dildo. I'm like, who must watch it? Like, I need MaCele to come and ask her. I feel like MaCele was not going to enjoy this conversation because she would have made fun fun of, not even made fun. She would have just been sulking. Because I feel like this is part of the, so if it's the three wives, it seems like they get along. I think this is part of the reasons why they don't want another wife into that Mzumbe homestead. It's because they get along, they have a working formula. Because once they were done, Mayeni was even laughing. Remember when it started, she had said that she doesn't want to be here. If she only had Mpumelelo, she wouldn't be here. She would be out there somewhere else. And I'm like, hey, I wonder if she actually even regrets marrying this man. Because why would she be saying if she had Mpumelelo, but now because she has younger children that would like to play with the other family members and their siblings, which they have the right to, so she has to participate in these shenanigans of family trips and now playing with doll. Why do I keep it play doll? Yeah, it's doll, right? Yeah, they're playing with doll, and yeah, now she boomba isn't, or that they don't want to. Now she's being poetic, saying that a crocodile is inkomo zako. That's Makhumalo, because at the end, Mbali ended up making a inkomo and a dildo, and she made other things, and Tombini had made a crocodile, and then Mayeni had made a calabash, and they were being poetic about it, and they were laughing. I'm like, seems like they had so much fun. Even Mseleku says that when people do not focus on what they are fighting for and they just have fun, then they can have fun. And also, Makhwela as well in your diary session says that her family know how to have fun, and this is them. But sometimes Mseleku, because I feel like that's what you should have said, Mseleku sometimes bring the evil things, and he wants to stir the pot by adding MaKhwela into the mix, and that's what makes them fight, and that's what makes them feel like they are disrespecting almost. So the dinner ended up happening for the girl that said that she doesn't have enough time. And I don't know, man, somehow, somewhere, I feel like some kids' faces changes. And the conversation that they had about the Ntini, about Mseleku being a Ntini, I'm just wondering, was this shot after that family member exposed Mseleku to be a Ntini? Like, it sounds like he's responding to that, but I feel like it might not be true, because, I mean, it wouldn't make sense for them to have shot it 2 weeks ago and be uploading it now. But it's possible, because Usamke ended up, and we found out that she's an only child, because MaCele asked, and then now she's like, yo, she's doing that mambo jumbo psychology that people do on TikTok, assuming that every child that comes from every child that was an only child in the family has tendencies of being selfish and making everything about them. So she feels like now this girl that was an only child comes into the Mseleku household to share a man with other 4 women. And this makes sense, because why on earth would you say that when you need to take care of someone else, that's her husband in this case, would you say you want to unsubscribe? Because that's a personality type trait of someone that is an only child, according to me. Because I mean, like, why on earth would anyone say that? It's not a normal statement to say. So from what we gathered is that MaCele had met this guy Ntini, and however, they didn't get along with Mseleku, so he ended up not entertaining that surname. He ended up saying that everything he has accumulated and has achieved will become Mseleku, and that's why he is building this legacy. And he never say anything about his father. We have seen in all of these episodes, the only thing he says that he's building a legacy for, the only person that he says he's building a legacy for is his Gog Flow. And not even his mom, by the way, not even his mom gets to be mentioned. And I wonder if his mom, okay, but they've only said that his mom only had him and his sister. So I wanted to say, if his mom went and married someone else and had other kids, and Mseleku does not recognize those people as his siblings or anything like that, the way Mangwabe had gone on through all episodes of seasons, and up to now season 8, when people started talking about Uthando, who's her child, that's when she started mentioning him and including him in the Mseleku shenanigans, because people were calling her out. If they never called her out, she would have kept quiet and acted like she doesn't have another child. There are so many other things that we do not know about these people who are claiming to be on reality TV shows and only showing things that other people don't want to talk about. The way they spoke about Usne's molestation at the birthday party. Who does that? It was not even Usne's birthday party to say that. You see, maybe Usne could have said it herself to say, I was molested, but look at where I am now. I'm much better. I'm whatever. If she had anything to say, I feel like it was not his position to say Mseleku in front of everyone. There was no need for that. And because that person ended up not being punished by the law, and he also, even if he confronted him, like, we never saw it. He just said they are not going to do anything. Because I feel like those are the things that as a father you take charge of. You go and confront the person. You go and say, why would you do that to my child? Something was going to happen to that man, because I wouldn't let it go. Even if, because only they are accusing him of consulting in with the spirit of the ancestors and all of that. I would have asked the ancestors to punish that guy, because you can't get away with it. And if I think that they are not punishing you enough, I was going to consult and have you punished, because I don't understand why he just let it go. I don't get it. But also, I also feel like there are things that they don't go into details about. So those are the things, some of the things, even this tiny thing, he will never mention it. Maybe now, because Usamke is trying to bring it up, maybe he might say what happened between him and his dad, because even MaCele did not go into details to say what did that guy say or do, or she just said it's sensitive, and I get it. And also for Mseleku to be complaining about Mangwabe not liking the PP in real life, maybe she just doesn't like his. I mean, remember, like, she has always been that wife that's being accused of sharing Mseleku income. So maybe she just doesn't like his because of the things that she thinks about him, and the fact that he is proud to say, I have girlfriends and I already have 3 other women that I'm sleeping with, and then on top of that there's you. And you just sometimes think maybe she can't move past that. Maybe this is part of the reasons why she thinks when number 5 comes, so now she's adding, when there's number 5, I'm adding 2 extra girlfriend or 1 extra girlfriend or whoever that's in line to be married. Because if those girlfriends were to fall pregnant, Mseleku will do this pity lobol and go and marries them, and then she was going to ask MaKhwela to support her, and that's the only person that needs to be to approve, and she doesn't mind a train. That's what she said. It's not me. And also, let's talk about how Usamke and MaCele have color coordinated. I don't care even if they say they didn't do it intentionally. They did it intentionally. Ooh. And then now MaCele is busy saying that, are you not suffocating the baby? Because she's always used to seeing Usamke wearing a flare up dress, like, not the dress that's tight bodied and stuff like that. So she's wondering what is happening. And I'm just like, baby. And also she says that she can't wait for the new couple to be independent of her. So she acknowledges that she's playing a role of Mezala, even though towards the end of the dinner she tells us that Samke must not think of her as a friend when she mentions her friend. But that's what friends do. Friends takes each other out. Friends talk about their men, even if they don't share a man. They talk about the men that they are seeing, the men that they are married to. So she doesn't want to be called a friend. She doesn't want to be called Mazala. Maybe she wants to be called Mamkhulu. which she is, but I'm just wondering, like, these things of having too many rules, it just makes it look like she wants to participate in something, but she doesn't want to participate in it. I don't know, man. There's something. And also, MaCele asked this girl, how does she feel about coming? I mean, the fact that there is Makhumalo that's from Umzumbe, and she says, if she was in Makhumalo's shoes, she wouldn't feel, she can't answer. But if it was her, she was going to be happy that there's her home girl that's already in the marriage. And I'm just like, for what? What are you going to do with Makhumalo? I don't get it. So what would she do if she was Makhumalo? Because she says that they are not gonna gang up on the other wives, but she would have been happy if they were. Hey guys, no, nada. Don't understand. I don't understand because it's not making sense. Why would you say if you were in her shoes, you would be happy, but because you are not in her shoes, what are you going to do? Because I'm wondering, like, hey, I must stop wondering about people's situations, but this one shocks me all the time. And then at the trip with the family, they're having s'mores and cake and biscuits and stuff like that. And I like that it's because I feel like Mseleku brings this grocery thing because he knows that it rubs off Mayeni the wrong way. Because I don't understand, there was no mention of food in this episode going forward. So what did they eat? Did Lwandle end up going to buy food? And did the other two wives that were complaining about cooking for Mayeni and her children end up cooking? Because like now we see Ntinis having fun with the family, trying to show his mothers how to eat up the s'mores and how to fry them by the fire and stuff like that. And they're having so much fun, wholesomeness, like, yeah, like a family that knows how to have fun. They dancing and doing all of that wholesome thing, and then the kids edge on to Mawande so that she can end up standing up to dance because it looked like it was her turn before Thando's. And then Owami danced while I was Sina, and then when it was time for Mawande to Sina, she doesn't lift her leg too much, and then Khumalo stands up to show her how to do it, and as she's trying to show her, she end up crying, and then everyone now chips in to say, Mawande, please don't cry. That includes Umpilo that had told her mom not to go because it's a kid's thing. But Makhumalo had that child-free spirit. So she's happy to go and go see now with the kids, to show that her family can be part of the fun. Basically, that's what she was doing. I don't understand why she was trying to dance with the children. She could just let them be kids. But then she was trying to show them how it's done, and then they do the dancing, and then Mawande end up crying, and then everyone tries to comfort her. Mangwabe goes to her and say, I will beat you up if you do not stop crying, because why are you crying? Why are you acting like someone has done something to you? And then she ends up shouting at her, who has done something to you? If you want to go to sleep, here's the key. And then she says she's sorry. And then in her diary session, she says that she doesn't like dancing in front of people. And the other kids are like, but why you dance in front of the maidens when you do that umhlanga thing? And then she says that also her mom is the one that used to do this thing, and she expects her child to be like that. Mayeni as well is busy kuzaring Umbali to say, don't do that to the child. Just understand that children are not the same. And Mawande does not like doing this thing. Even Mpumelelo guys was trying to comfort Mawande, and Mangwabe said, go sit down. You are not going to act special because other kids will bully you if you act like that, if you cry out of nothing, because she doesn't understand why that child was crying. And I'm like, I don't know why she was crying, number one, but it seemed like she was pushed to do the dancing show, then she ended up crying because she maybe she didn't have the words to say, I don't want to do this. And also maybe she's, if she was an adult though, I would think that she is looking at this going, yo, I am going to miss this once my parents divorce, because she knows her dad ignores. If she was a child, she will know that. If she was an adult, she will know that her dad has tendencies of forgetting children that are not in the Mzumbe homestead. So those type of things, she could be the thing that would make maybe an adult to cry, because they are mourning their relationship of their parents as they used to know it. But because she's a child, I don't know. And also, Mangwabe says that she knows that if she has something to say to her mom, she can always go up to her mom. And then she says, Mpilo says that also her mother used to force her to do things that she thought that someone who is like a normal Zulu girl would be interested in, only to find out that Mpilo did not like it, and she used to cry. And then she's also telling Uma one day that should you feel like you don't want to do something, you need to let your mom know upfront, because this thing of you crying is not acceptable, I guess, in the Mzumbe household. Because, I mean, this is a child, she's crying in front of her siblings. It shouldn't be a big issue that they are making it to be. So I guess that the night ended in a sour mood from what we saw, because the child was crying and the mother was angry that the child is crying and stuff like that, because that's how it ended. And in the next episode, they are playing another game with the kids this time around, which is nice. It's like running while your legs are in a sack and stuff like that. And he has three teams, which is Mangwabe, Makhumalo, and Mayeni's team. And it looks like Mseleku will be the referee. And then he's also talking to Mpumelelo about that thing of being interrogated by his mother about Usamke's situation. And Mpumelelo, I think he still stands on his stand to say that you cannot try to find out what is causing the issue when you already know, which is what his dad does. Or maybe I might be getting it wrong. Actually, I'll leave this part out. But the part where MaCele tells this girl that she's not her friend or something. But I'm just like, if you are not my friend, you should show it in real life, because friends do what MaCele and Usamke are doing, going on trips without their man type of thing, discussing their man, even though he keeps saying that Usamke told us that it's not always the case that they discuss Mseleku, but they are always discussing him. Those type of things. Like, guys, find something and stand on it. Don't mix the truth with something else, because now it makes you look like a liar, according to me. Because I don't understand why she would say, yeah, and here and MaCele are always not talking about Mseleku, but he ends up being part of the discussion all the time. And she says that even when she counts her friends, that girl must not count MaCele as her friend. This is not the same. This is the same person that says that they will take care of your child when you go on a trip. That's what friends do. When you go on a trip with your husband and you can't afford to take the children away, they chip in and take care of your child. Like, I just feel like MaCele needs to take out her matlapis to see that what she's saying is a lie. She is this girl's friend. Even if she doesn't accept it, we all can see that they are friends. Or she's using her to hurt the other women when they see the show. I think if I was part of this show, if I was one of the wives, I wouldn't watch this show. After season 4, actually, the first few seasons were a bit bearable. You could just see what people think of you, but now you just see another person hating you intentionally. I wouldn't be participating in the hating of myself if I was one of the wives, because what MaCele is doing is she's doing too much. And I think this is part of the reasons why Mayeni now is trying to clarify that she's number 2, and then Makhumalo was capitalizing when she got married. She was doing Umakoti, are you the one in this type of situation. So guys, I don't know why they are watching this. It's to hurt themselves. That's the only thing. they shouldn't be watching this unless if they are watching the raw footage, which chances are they are not getting access to it. So that's the end of my review and recap. Thank you guys for watching this recap. Please like the video, comment on it, and subscribe on the channel. See you guys in the next one.